Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is my second installment of my empty series. So this is going to be a series that runs every single month throughout 2020. I started it in February, kind of reflecting on the past month's products that I've used up, and I'm going to be continuing that right up until the end of the year because I use so many products and I really find these types of videos insightful because we talk a lot about first impressions and hauls and products that we've added to our collection, but not that many people focus on the end product. What did we really think after using it for months? And for me, I find these videos are just so helpful when it comes to actually purchasing an item. And so today I have literally another entire bags full of empties to talk about with you. I was considering doing these videos on my Instagram, but I actually much prefer putting them on YouTube. I feel like it's easier to set a bit of a playlist and it's easier for you guys to find them too. So without any more rambling, let's get straight into the video. Again, these videos are gonna have zero relevance from one product to the next. It's totally random and it's just a collection of products I've genuinely used throughout the month, from bath to hair to makeup to baby products. I've thrown in any of Heidi's empties too, just because we don't tend to go through as many things for her, but I thought I'd write them in anyway. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is something that I've used two of, and these are the Radox Muscle Soak Bath Therapy Bath Salts. I love these so much. I typically use an entire box worth in one bath. They're about £1 from Superdrug and you can kind of get them everywhere for about the same price. I will use an entire box of bath salts in my bath when I really want to focus on soaking my muscles. I struggle with a bit of a bad back come the end of the working week because since I've had Heidi and I had a spinal in preparation for my C-section, since then my back has been a lot weaker. It's fine typically, but when it comes to the end of the week, I really need something to help that. And I do find that these for £1 is such a worthwhile investment because I use the entire box. I will make sure that I soak in the bath for at least half an hour, and when I come out, my back genuinely feels better. If you see these but never actually pick them up, do give them a go. They do say to sprinkle like however much in, so it says approximately 2 handfuls per bath. Like I said, I use the whole box because I love them so much. So there's a range of other bath products that I'll just run through, seeming as I've just talked about those ones. The next one is this Asda Bubble Bath. I typically use this when I'm having a bit more of a quick bath. When Heidi goes to bed, I'll have a bath. I have a bath because it's a lot quieter than my shower. We have a very high pressure shower, so it's really loud. So if I need to have a quick wash, I typically will have more of a quick bath. And this is like 50p from Asda and genuinely smells really nice. So I got through one of those this month. I also got through this Minnie Mouse. So this is actually just bubble bath, but it's just in this really cute packaging, and my mum got me this from Marks and Spencer's. I think she gifted it to me for like Christmas one year, either Christmas just gone or the Christmas before, and this was really nice. A kind of no frills bubble bath, to be honest, but sat beside my bath, it looked really cute. And seeming as I've now booked my trip to Disney World, I thought that I'd use this one up. So I did really enjoy it, but it had no real fragrance to it. It's more all about the packaging. And it's quite hard to depart with this, but I just don't really have anywhere to like store it, so yeah. And then two bubble baths that we've actually got through from Heidi. I typically change her bubble bath depending on why we're bathing her. So like I'll use vapor bath if she's a bit more ill, I'll use bedtime bath if it's a bit more before bed, and then I have a load of different ones that I've picked up. Either they've been on offer or I've just picked them up because they've smelt nice, and so I don't tend to stick to one. So this month I've finished two, and some months I might not finish any. So the two that I used up for her, the first one is the more cheaper one. So this is the Asda Little Angels fragrance-free bubble bath and body wash. This is really good if your baby has sensitive skin because it has no fragrance and it's quite gentle on sensitive skin. Heidi has very dry skin. She has eczema all on her body, and so we have to be quite careful with things that we use. And we found that this worked really well for when she was having like very sensitive days and everything flared up a little bit more. And this one's like about 50p as well, so really good. And I do recommend picking one of these up if you are having a baby because you can't really go wrong with something like this. And this is the one that we've just finished up this bath time today, so I managed to actually squeeze it into this video. This is the Johnson's Bubble Baby Bath and Wash. Honestly, I prefer the bedtime one. This one doesn't smell as nice to me, but this is probably one that I bought or was given before she was due, and so we had it in the collection, so I'd rather use what we've got before buying anything more. And yeah, it was really nice. I would definitely prefer to buy the bedtime one because we always give her bath before bed, but it was still quite nice, and it smelled kind of like more fruity. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird smell, but yeah, I just prefer the more like lavender based one. From Baby Bubble Bath to tans, I've actually finished 2 gradual tans this month. Gradual tans typically are my favourite to use because they're the easiest. I'll put a gradual tan on and I can leave it, I don't need to wash it out. And if I'm on my own with Heidi, because Rich works nights, there will be like 4 days in a row that he's off, 4 days in a row that he's working, and those 4 days he's working, it's very difficult to get anything done because it's like I'm doing solo parenting. So gradual tans just for me have been a go-to because I really enjoyed them. These were both gifted to me previously, with no obligation to really talk about them again, but I really wanted to because I really love them. The first one is this one. So this is the Naked Skin or NKD SKN brand. This is the pre-shower gradual tan lotion. So whilst this isn't kind of gradual tan, you can use this. So if you start running a shower, put this on, and it just needs to be on for 10 minutes, and then you wash it off in the shower, and it really is that quick, and it gives you a really nice tan, and it's really quick. So it's really good if you're a mum and need something that isn't needing to sit on your skin for like 8 hours, because those just don't work for me at the moment because that's too long. I can't always guarantee that I can wake up and have a shower because if Heidi's sleeping, I don't want to disturb her. And like I said, our shower is very loud. So this is a good one when I can have a shower. You whack it on, start running your shower, and then wash it off, and it gives you a really nice tan. And yeah, it smelled really nice. It almost felt like cocoa butter. It was quite thick, but again, because you wash it off so quickly, it's not like it's sat on your skin for very long. But yeah, really good. I've used this on my body and my face and thought it worked really well. And another tan, this is the tan I actually currently have on. So it is like a little bit darker than I would ordinarily go for, but I'm not really mad at that. I'm starting to like build up my tans a little bit more to a level that I prefer. And I'm quite happy with this colour, and obviously my face and my body kind of match, which is harder than you probably think. So this is a Skinny Tan Protect and Glow. So what this is really good for, especially more so around the summer, this has an SPF 30 in it, so it has a very high sun protection as well as a gradual tan element. This is 200 ml, so this lasted me probably about 4 or 5 applications, kind of full body, and really easy to use. I liked using this with the Skinny Tan Velvet Mitt. It went on really well. Obviously I'm not too patchy, which is quite good. That's the only thing with gradual tans, it doesn't give you like a guide colour that you wash off, but I think because I've just used them all the time, I'm just so used to it. Definitely one I would pick up again, especially around the summer, because it has that sun protection, something that is still very important to wear, even if you're in miserable old England where there's storm after storm and then snow. It's crazy. So yeah, really like this one, definitely would recommend it, and I will buy it again for sure. So these are just things that don't really need much talking about. I used a pack of Primark Oval cosmetic pads. I use these in the interim of getting my new reusable ones, because my reusable ones I've washed and washed and now they're really like hard and just too abrasive on the skin, so I had to get these until I ordered them. So I used those ones up. And I also used a pack of razors. These are the Simply Venus ones. 2 blade razors, I think it was like a 4-pack from Poundland. Again, I don't really need to talk much more about them, but fine. I normally buy my razors from the pound shop because I find that they work just as well. Next category is makeup, and I've actually, a bit of hair's really annoying me. I've actually used up a couple of makeup items that I wanted to talk about. This is definitely one of my favourite products to moisturize over the morning before I put my makeup on, and that is the MAC Oil Control Lotion. This is such an OG product for me, and one that I've repurchased 2 or 3 times in the past, and I'm definitely gonna have to repurchase another one because it's one of those things that I don't use for a little while. I'll run out and think, was it making that much of a difference? And then I'll get to work and about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll realize I'm really oily, and then I realize that this really did work so well, especially if you have really oily skin like I do. This is just one of those products that I genuinely probably can't live without. So I'm gonna save this for the Back to MAC scheme, but I wanted to mention that because it genuinely works really well. So if you do have oily skin, give it a try. The next product is probably my favorite concealer, and it's one of those OG products that everyone spoke about and then no one spoke about again. It's the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. I love this so much. I kid you not, I have 6 backups of this concealer in the same shade because it was half price in Superdrug a couple of weeks ago. So I just stocked up because it made it like under £2, which is really, really affordable. And this is one of those products that works really well when I'm tanned as well, to add brightness. And I just find that it doesn't look dry on me, it doesn't crack up, it doesn't peel away. It's the only concealer that I've used that's been that affordable, that's performed that well. It's like I've completely fallen out of love with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate and Conceal and Define concealers. I've actually given those away because I just won't use them. So this has taken every spot in my concealer drawer. I would like some high-end recommendations. I feel like I haven't tried a high-end concealer in a while, but in terms of affordability, this is just the best concealer. And we're throwing it back to old school YouTube times. The next product I wanted to talk about was a mascara that I have loved. Again, something that a lot of people have spoken about. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Really, really good. I particularly love the wand on this because it is quite big and it's quite fluffy. I feel like you can really get to the root of your lashes and push them up. And it also keeps your lashes up as well. I just find that this is a really good mascara. That said, I've got so many different mascaras in my mascara drawer that I really need to use up before they just expire. So I'm going to probably try and use those ones up first, but eventually I'm sure that I will repurchase this because it's just one of those products that doesn't let you down, and there's nothing worse than putting a bit of dodgy mascara on and it transferring and it just ruins your whole makeup, especially if you're in a rush. It's the worst. So this is just really reliable for me. I have 2 fragrance products. Again, one of those things that you don't use any and then one month you finish up 2. One of which was very, very difficult for me to actually admit that it was finished. But I'll start with the one that I wasn't so upset about, but loved equally, to be honest. It's the Misguided Boss Babe perfume. I was sent this probably last year sometime, and really, really enjoyed this. I'll be honest, this smells so good. Like, it just smells so good. It smells like a high-end perfume. I can't quite put my finger on what it smells like, but it's one of those that really stays onto you. It really like catches onto the skin and it stays on you for hours. I had so many compliments when I've worn this, but no one's known the smell. So I always recommend it. It's a Misguided Boss Babe perfume. One that I think this is about £28. How much is it? 80ml, the bottle size. It is quite a thick package, so like this itself, even though it's empty, still feels quite heavy, but it's one that probably doesn't look as good as it actually smells. So I've seen these in Superdrug, so give it a smell if you are by a counter that has like perfumes to try out, because it is really, really nice, and for the price I definitely recommend it actually. But moving on to the perfume of all perfumes, this is my favourite perfume in the whole wide world. And I finished it. This is the Giorgio Armani C. So this is actually a 100ml bottle. This is one that I bought in Tenerife. Gosh, when did we go? It was for my 21st birthday, and me and Rich went to Tenerife, and I bought this when we were out there. Considering I turned 25, October just gone, it's a testament to how little I would actually use this, because I'd save it for like special occasions or going out for dinner. But actually, recently I just decided that this is probably well expired, and so I just wanted to use it up. It was starting to even discolour a little bit, so yeah, I used it up. it's been in my collection for far too long, but it's my favourite perfume in the whole wide world. I will repurchase this time and time again. Rich actually bought me a Giorgio Armani Sea perfume of the same size when it was Christmas, and so I do have this size bottle again in my collection, which is why I think I eventually departed with this one, because I knew that it was time that this one had to go. But oh, I love it so much. Let me know your favourite designer perfume down below, because I'm so interested in what people's go-to smells are, but for me this is my absolute favourite. So there's 3 more products to talk about. I told you that I use a lot of products up in a month, and this one is Snow Fairy. So this is the 500g bottle, and this is the Lush's limited edition Christmas scent, and let me tell you, this is my favourite smell in the world, even so much so that I had Heidi in December of 2018 and I had the body spray at the time, and so this smell now sparks that memory of when we brought her home, and it's just like my favourite smell, and even better that it's associated to that time, and oh, I just love it so much. I do have 2 of the body sprays in my collection because I was given 2 over Christmas, because everyone knows it's my favourite. It just smells super sweet. Maybe not everyone will like it, but I love it so much. I bought this big bottle around Christmas time and I finally used it up. I tend to actually finish it when there's like a little amount. I use it more as a bubble bath, just to kind of make sure I've used the entire amount of product and run water in it. But I love the smell so much. I just wish I bought more of the shower gel, because the smell just is so good, and every time I get out of the shower, Rich is like, you smell like Lush, and it's my favourite. So the final 2 products are skincare products, and again, I finished 2 around exactly the same time. So the first one is the Pixi Vitamin C Serum. So this is what it looks like. It's got a little like pipette dispenser at the top, and yeah, this is a very nice serum. I will use this before I put moisturizer on. I never used to use serums, and now I use them every single night. I find that they make such a difference to my skin. Vitamin C is brilliant for brightening, which especially around winter time, this was my go-to Pixi serum. Because of that, I needed a bit more brightness in my skin. I'm really lucky to receive Pixi products in PR, which is just blows my mind, honestly. So it means I can try a range of their different products all the time. But I have to say, this is probably been one of my favorite serums so far, just because it's one of those that you can really see it working, so I love that. And the final product in today's empties video is the Ordinary Retinol 0.5% in squalene or squalene. I have no idea how you pronounce that, but I love retinol. Retinol has been absolutely essential since I decided that I became very insecure about the white dots I had around my eyes, and I looked up the most efficient way to basically get rid of them that didn't involve them like being surgically removed, and everyone recommended retinol, and the Ordinary products have genuinely changed like my confidence with that, because they've completely disappeared. They tend to kind of come and go where you can see them starting to emerge, but as soon as I put retinol on, they disappear. So I use retinol every night almost, if not every other night, depending on the strength of the retinol, and like it just depends. I don't want to like overdo it, or if I'm using like a peel one night, I won't use retinol too, but as much as I can, I do use it. So I've finished off this one. This is 0.5%, and I've now moved on to the 1%. So once I finish it, I then go up to the next stage, because it's then stronger and my skin is more used to it. But the jump from 0.5 to 1, I'm still adjusting to the strength of that, because it is quite a big jump. But honestly, if you want to incorporate retinol into your routine, the Ordinary products are so good and so affordable. I really couldn't rave about them more. So that is this month's empties video. There was so much to talk about, but I'm pleased that I'm doing this series because it gives me time to really reflect on the products that I use, let you know what I recommend and what I perhaps don't, and just share with you the products that I've been enjoying. So I hope this video has been insightful for anyone just looking for some recommendations, or if you just generally enjoy empty videos like I do, hopefully this has been enjoyable for you. Give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe down below. That means that you won't miss any of my future monthly empty videos, as well as all the other content that I do on my channel, from beauty, motherhood, lifestyle, and just about everything in between. My channel is totally random, but it's just a reflection on my life, and I hope that you enjoy my videos, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.